Connecting the Roads of Rural Nevada. Presented by the Nevada Rural Transit Association and sponsored by the Nevada's Governor's Council on Developmental Disabilities.
Welcome to Nevada Rural Transit Association's Preparing for Travel Training. This video is part of a series that teaches a member of the Natural Support Team the skills to teach travel training to people in their circle of care. The previous video discussed types of barriers. Now this video will discuss understanding fears and emotions and setting goals. This video will refer to the travel training assessment as if it is complete. However, you may be completing it simultaneously with these videos so that they can help you. Make it your goal to complete it by the end of Chapter 3. For some trainees, this may be the first experience with true independence. The trainee may not be accustomed to making decisions or being self-reliant. And although trainees may have difficulty describing their emotions, this should not deter you from continuing efforts to discuss their feelings, fears, frustrations, or other emotions as they go through this learning process. Travel training can be filled with emotions not only for the travel trainee, but also for the family and other members of the natural support team. These emotions, positive or negative, may also have an impact on the training process as well as the likelihood of a successful independent traveler. Now, fears about independent travel may stem from the trainee's unique emotional makeup, prior exposure to the community, and their skill level. There are many fears that the trainee may experience, ranging anywhere from personal safety, getting lost, or even the fear of crowds. Now, some of these fears may not be based on reality, but they are real fears for the student. Some of the most common fears that a student may face are embarrassment of slowing down or inconveniencing other passengers, frustration when they don't understand how to execute bus procedures properly, or even humiliation or anger when they are being treated with disrespect by the operator or other passengers. Maybe even some anxiety if the bus breaks down or if it is off schedule. And they may fear forgetting the route schedule itself. Now, rather than minimize or ignoring these fears, the trainer should respond with empathy and understanding. Together, they should identify and discuss these emotions. Part of the discussion needs to include solutions or ways to work around these fears and emotions. Now, during the travel training assessment, you should be able to determine at least a baseline idea of the fears, emotions, and triggers that the trainee may be dealing with. However, as your training progresses, you will be able to witness firsthand the reactions to their fears and emotions. You should keep a list and develop appropriate responses and strategies. One of the best things that can come from travel training and experiencing independence is self-confidence. Now, this has a ripple effect in other aspects of the trainee's life, giving them the drive to try new things not related solely to independent travel. Now, the drawback could be that the trainee may take unsafe chances with this newfound confidence. So please refer to the suggested lesson plan worksheet and complete the lesson, Making Safe Choices. This lesson plan will reiterate safe people, places, and situations. And take it one step further and discuss the difference between knowing the route and the transit service that they are familiar with to how they would react to a totally unfamiliar route that they have not been trained on. Also broaden your discussions past transportation. Discuss safety in moving through the community and participating in community events. In order to set goals and design the course, you have to know where you are beginning and where you would like to end. Of course, the obvious goal is for the student to travel independently and to be safe in doing so. Now, this includes practicing what we refer to as required travel skills. These are foundational skills that will make the student able to function safely in a public environment, which will be discussed in the next video. In the process of setting goals, these skills play a part because the trainee doesn't possess enough of these skills. And you may need to review or practice these specific skills with your trainee before you move on to further classroom or even field training. In the travel training assessment, you will learn what the best motivators are in developing the trainee's goals. These motivators may include the desire to be independent, or acquiring a job, newfound freedom, or feelings of being included in the community. If the training becomes difficult or cumbersome, you can use the motivating factors to remind your trainee of why they originally wanted to learn how to travel independently. Now, some individuals who are forced, so to speak, into using public transportation may lack the motivation to travel by bus. They may need assistance due to the loss of their driver's license, a move, or loss of their current means of transportation. If the trainee isn't motivated, it will be more difficult for the training to be successful. For these individuals, the travel trainer may need to discuss the positive aspects of independent mobility, renewed independence, and the opportunity to meet new people or go new places. This helps develop motivators, making training worthwhile and hopefully more fun. Once you determine that the trainee is ready, the next step is to develop a plan that includes the goals of the trainee and implementing the safety skills that they have learned. The trainee's strengths, weaknesses, learning styles, and their motivations must be taken into consideration to assure the success of independent travel. Now, when you're developing a plan, you need to identify specific goals and objectives. It's also very important to remember that all the goals and objectives should be individualized to fit the need of each specific trainee. And finally, you need to set a goal date for the completion of the training. And now that you know how to work with the possible fears and emotions of the trainees and to set goals, move on to the next video, Chapter 3D, where we will discuss required travel skills and self-advocacy.